Welcome to Truth and Company podcast. I'm your host, John the Truth Dioria, and tonight we got a great show, man. We got a funny man, one of the local comedians. He's the host of the Twin Ports Comedy podcast. If you guys haven't came across that, it's great. It's a bunch of local comedians that sit on there and just basically talk shit. To be honest with you, sometimes you don't know what you're getting from time to time, but he actually hosts it. He keeps it going. It's very funny. It's at twinportscomedy.com. You can watch the podcast. You can find out what's going on with him and his career, where he's going to be next. A lot of other comedians have their stuff on there as well. There's some videos on there. So definitely check out twinportscomedy.com for all your local comedy needs in the area. He has won the funniest person in the Twin Ports contest as well. Of course, it was so long ago he didn't get a golden mic back then. He should have gotten a gift certificate for cost cutters, because if you've seen this guy's haircut, man, somebody needs to give him a big boy cut. I'm just telling you. He does stand up all over the Twin Ports area, even in roadside bathrooms, and I believe he's even done it once in Canada. So let's bring him on. Let's welcome comedian Pete Hannegraf.
Hey, John, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man.
Boy, what an intro.
You got it covered up. I mean,
I got a little hat, right? Hat head going on.
I got to ask, but a fan actually brought this up to me, this issue that they seem to have with your hair. They want to know, does your mom cut your hair? Because those bowl cuts went out when we were all like 10 years old, and they said, if she doesn't cut it, it's time for you to get a big boy cut.
Yeah, well, she's retired now. She needs something to do. I thought it was a good look, but it was that or the Flowbee, so I went with the bowl cut, But I think it works for her. I don't care what anyone says. I got a lot of Justin Bieber crap and all that, but it's hat head today. It doesn't look, you just got a little more life to it. But.
Okay, and here's the other
thing. But I appreciate it.
Now, you're one of my favorite comedians in the Twin Ports, and I got to say, I was a little disappointed, man. I went to your YouTube channel that you started almost 6 years ago. You have 3 videos and 1 subscriber. One. Who has 1 subscriber? Now, I mean, come on. Is it just your mom? Because I felt so sorry for you that I subscribed, so now you have 2.
Well, I mean, a lot of them get pulled down due to, content issues. And then my 1 subscriber, I guess there's a bunch of files that just came out about him. So I don't know. It's you never know who it is.
Okay, I'm losing.
But yeah, it's not the most impressive social media presence here.
All right, move up to the camera for me a little bit. It's getting a little. There we go.
I usually sit too close. I never heard that before.
Well, no, because it looked like it was breaking up on me a little bit.
Oh, gotcha.
And then listen, I couldn't find a criminal record on you. Most comedians have criminal records. And I got to tell you, I thought for sure that you had a statutory rape case.
Oh, God. Like Kid Rock says, it ain't statutory, it's mandatory. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, let's be honest.
I'm glad I'm so well thought of.
That would be... Well, no, look, let's be honest. You look like a guy that would stand across the street from a high school with a 6-pack of White Claw in one hand and a fruit-flavored vape in the other, trying to get a date, dude.
Yeah, well, quit stealing my moves. That's proprietary at this point. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I've dabbled in crime, but nothing in the, nothing like that.
And you're 38 and single now. Is that because of the Star Wars bed sheets or what?
Yeah, that doesn't help. The race car bed, all that kind of stuff. I thought it was cool, but apparently it's as if I get them home anyway. Let's be honest; they don't even see the bed sheets. They turn me down long before
that. Well, I wonder why you're trying to pick up 17-year-olds outside the high school, White Claw and free, vapes.
Yeah, this Gen Z, these kids, they don't know what's good for them.
You call it turned down, they're running for their lives. It's a big difference there.
Yeah, like a 21-year age gap. What's the difference? Who cares?
Do you still have this dog, Josie?
Oh, Josie girl. Yeah, I love my Josie girl. So I do. Yes.
Do you ever try out any of your jokes or your comedy on her?
Yeah, some of the best responses I get are from Josie. Um, Actually, it's funny. She's so used to hearing my jokes, she literally gives me eye rolls, and so I kind of know where I'm at with her. But she has been. I've actually brought her on stage and did a whole dog set once at an open mic, and she was easily the biggest attraction that night. But
So now listen, me and you both just discovered something this week recently on the internet about you that at first I thought it was true, but we thought it was kind of funny because apparently somebody in the Duluth area has the exact same name as you, even the middle initial, only 2 years different, but they're of Hispanic descent. So I thought that it was you, and I asked you if you were Hispanic and thought maybe it was just a secret. So it makes me wonder how many other people have seen that and just don't bring it up to you and think that you're Hispanic.
well, you got me questioning it now. I'm wondering, is my dad really my padre? Like I don't know what to think about this kind of thing. So yeah, it was as eye opening for me as it was you. But I can say if you can't tell by the blinding whiteness here, there's no Hispanic heritage in these bloodlines here.
So let's just clear that up for the internet fans. He is not Hispanic, not even one drop.
Yeah, I'll accept pesos or whatever, but
you can't even speak Spanish, can you?
No, that's about all I know. Yeah, K, I get K. You know what? But no, yeah, that's why that's why I have this globe behind me to see more cultured than I actually am.
Yeah, we were talking about that off air. I like how you just drew up that globe behind you for the podcast. It looks like you just went out this weekend and bought it at a rummage sale for $5. It reminds me of geography class from high school.
Yeah, well, you're very perceptive. I'll give you that. I didn't feel like putting an atlas up behind me or anything, so I was like, this global day, fool people a little bit. It's like that. One of my favorite jokes of all time from Dave Attell. He's like, I hate to travel because when I was a kid, my dad used to beat me with a globe. Some fun stuff. Not mine, folks. Not mine.
No, listen. Now I've compared you to this comedian. I don't know if other people have or not. You can tell me in a minute. But I want fans to understand kind of how your comedy is a little bit. So
sure.
If you guys are familiar with Anthony Jeselnik, he's got some dark, insulting, kind of cringy shock humor. He's on Netflix. He's out there. Check out his videos. Because do you consider yourself similar to him, Pete?
I never really thought of it as an influence or anything until you brought it up, and I can a little bit kind of see how the parallels are. I've tons of respect for him. He's so good at that. Like him and I kind of play a villain role a little bit. Like I kind of be. Like right now, I'm being myself and just kind of a goofball and stuff. On stage, I'm a little more like measured, and so I could see the comparisons there. But like, I'm not exactly going for that. But if it's something that I'm doing or you don't even realize it, it's not a bad comparison. If you told me I was like,
here's my thing. If you're a Karen out there, don't come to Pete's show because you're gonna feel insulted. You're gonna want to call 911. You're going to go on the internet. You're going to say all kinds of nasty things because he insulted people. You think he's racist. He said inappropriate things. So if you're not open-minded, definitely do not come to Pete's show because you don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. And half of the time, I don't think he does until it actually comes out.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. I like people who are a little more open-minded and don't, They can understand, like, just because you say something, it might mean something else, and it's not everything I do is super literal. And so I appreciate that. I would agree with though, if you're very uptight or I've had some bad shows in front of like a church lady crowd, or it's I try to like cater to them or whatever. But if I'm being myself and I get to be just kind of who I am and what I want to do on stage, it's. I touch on some dark topics. I try to walk the line and not cross it too much or not shy away from it. But with that being said, I'm a freaking idiot. I don't know anything. This is behind the curtain, but like I might say something that has a racial tone to it, but I I can see how people misinterpret it sometimes, but usually I'm just like trying to point out an irony or like a just drastic, like this is crazy. And I don't know, I don't have any examples. Uh, like this isn't even a great joke. I don't tell it more, but like I just one time on stage said like, some people say honesty is the best policy. Well, I think it was the Muslim ban. And it's like I got nothing against Muslims. I'm just saying like how ridiculous it is, and that's kind of like my type of joke. And if people will go, "Oh, he hates Muslims," I understand that's what you could get out of that, but it's like, no, I'm being facetious. I am a comedian. I'm trying to be like, how ridiculous is this, And so I've gotten that label before, and what can you do? I just keep being myself, I guess.
All right. So on another note, I saw some pictures of you playing the drums. So do you
Yeah,
play the drums? Are you in a band?
yeah. I play in a little band. We're called the Dead End Friends. But I play the drums with a couple of my best buddies in the whole world. We've been playing for like 11, 12, 13 years now. We used to play a little bit more. Like now we got most of my band's married, and one has a couple kids, and it's a little harder to get together in a room and stuff. But like last year we played at Symphony Hall, uh, part of Homegrown kind of and stuff. So like we've played we played Bayfront, we played Pizza Luce and RT's and anywhere in between, like Mr. D's, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I dabble with that too. I'm not very good, but our band's pretty decent. But I don't know. You can pick someone out of the crowd who probably could drum better than I do. But it's fun. It's good release. It's kind of like comedy. I like to have something to do. So check us out. Dead End
Oh
Friends.
yeah, shout out the name again.
Dead End Friends. Spotify, something for the kids. Check it out. It's a good album.
So do you consider comedy for you? Is it therapeutic for you?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, it is therapeutic. It is nice to, have someone else than Josie hear my jokes. I've always I was a big sports guy growing up. And to me, whether it's music or comedy, it's like that Friday Night Lights feel. Like you're doing something, you perform or whatever it is, and I do find that to be like therapeutic in a sense, and just having like, hey, I thought of this hopefully funny thing. Let's go do it. I get a lot out of it.
So how did you get into comedy to begin with? How did you know you were funny?
I'm still questioning it, but I don't know. My whole life, like. I remember being like 10, 12 years old watching old Comedy Central Presents and Premium Blend and all those things that were on. And I remember going to the bus stop in like sixth grade and just ripping off jokes I heard the night before, but doing them in front of the bus stop and just being like, so it's always been in my nature to like explore comedy. I love stand up in particular, like other forms are good with whether it's improv or whatever. But I've always been just a stand-up guy. I just think it's like my favorite form, and so I don't know. I should have done it like Brecken or some of these other kids who got in at 16, 18 years old. I was like, I don't know, 29 maybe, and I wanted to do it the whole time, and I wish I would have started a lot earlier. But yeah, I just knew there was an open mic in Dublin's, and one night I just said, hey, let me go give it a shot. Seemed to go
So
well.
how many years have you been doing it now?
So I want to say over 8.
Okay.
Gonna be 9 in October.
And what makes you funny?
That's I don't know. I think boy, I really don't know. I'm just offbeat, I'm always looking for a joke. I don't know, I'm fairly quick-witted, I like to think. I always think it's like a defense mechanism. I grew up a big fat kid, and I thought that was like that's probably what you just learn to like deflect things, and then all of a sudden you always have something to say. You're always kind of a smart ass. You always do this thing, and that relates well, especially like on the fly or when a crowd interaction or something like that. But like I don't know, I've just always appreciated the art, so it's like I don't know why I'm funny or how or whatever. But it's like I said, still up for debate.
Have you ever been approached by audience members and confronted you after a show about your comedy?
Um, I was thinking some question like that might come up. Honestly, no, not that I can think of. I think all the other comics, if they, had their word with me, they might have something to say. But no one else has ever been. I mean, I've had people like be nice, but I've never had anyone be like, that's too far. You drew, like, not that I can think of. I'm sure there are people probably like, what a douche, what a tool this guy is, or something. But they've never said that to my face. I
So
get the
you
feeling,
do
though.
okay because, like I said, I've seen you live, and sometimes people might take some of your jokes to be possibly borderline racist. So have you ever been approached and called being racist?
Uh, not not a no. I don't think so. I think people like hint at it, but and it really does. It's not something I'm proud of, or I'm like embarrassed. I am truly embarrassed by it if that's the case. But like I said, I'm not going to sit here. Like I understand a lot of people see like I don't know. I go for it. I push the envelope a little bit, but like it's not like my jokes are like, oh, freaking chicken and watermelon and shit. Like that's not what I am or who I am. I think that's such bullshit. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just make jokes. Like, I don't know. Like, I, I don't know. I sound like I'm, on the fucking crossfire here or something, getting labeled as a racist.
No,
But
no, I
you
just
know,
want people to understand because if they come out to your comedy show, I want to hear it from you clearly that it's just they're jokes. Like you said, they're just on the fence. You're not trying to be mean, you're not trying to be offensive, you're not trying to be racist, and nobody should take it that way.
yeah, yeah. And I don't really think. See, to me personally, I don't think I get like even. I don't know. I think it's just clear. It's and like I don't know, like but people take things the wrong way too. Like I did this crowd work interaction where there's a couple black guys in the front row, and I said, "Hey guys, settle a debate for me. Who's the greatest basketball player of all time? Is it Michael Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron?" And right as they were about to speak, I said, "We all know it's Larry Bird." Like, and it's just a joke. Like I'm a white guy, I like the white guy. Like it's just a bit. And I don't know, like it's that kind of stuff where like, yeah, you could look at it and go, oh yeah, but I don't know. It's to me, it's just like, oh, you're just being silly or whatever. And yeah, I don't know. I, I, I've
So
I've had great responses from like whether black audiences or whatever. Like I feel like I've always been well accepted because I think people who like are listening and just they can go, oh, it's a bit or it's just dumb. I
hey,
like to do a lot of dumb jokes.
do me a favor, either try to come closer to your
Okay,
phone
okay,
or adjust it because I don't want you breaking up in the background.
okay, all right.
Yeah, you're fine now.
Okay.
So listen, I know that you've traveled a little bit to do comedy and stuff. You've gone to other states and stuff, and I know that you actually took a trip to Canada with some other comedians. Can you tell me about that a little bit? Because I heard there was some interesting things that went on up there.
Well, we took two trips to Canada, really, is what happened. We had a show lined up. It was three of us going. We get to the border, and from there, it just went south. Um, it didn't help. We were driving. One of our comics had a Florida plates on, which I don't think helped our cause to begin with. So of course, I see Florida plates going to the border. We got stopped and like searched, and they did our car and all this kind of stuff. And sure enough, one of the comics is a lady, and in her purse, she had like a pepper spray or something, which is like completely normal to me, but that's considered like a weapon or it's a ban. It's contraband up in Canada. So then we got stopped and we had to get all interviewed and why are you guys going up all this kind of stuff. Like it was quite the ordeal. Long story short, they said, "Hey, you're not allowed into Canada." So we didn't know what to do. We went back. We started like getting a hold of the booker and all these people. It was in Thunder Bay, and I don't know what strings they pulled or whatever, but they got it okayed at the border. So we went back the next day, and they're like, "Oh, we heard a lot about you. Oh, it's the comedians. And they let us in, luckily. So that was good, I guess. And then we did 2 shows, or well, I guess 2 nights. We did 4 shows, and I'm still waiting payment on that show, which I'm not exactly pleased about. But maybe they do things a little different up north there. I'm not quite sure.
Okay. You're breaking up on me a little bit.
Oh, you got to be kidding me!
No, no, no. It's all right. All right. So listen, are you ready for these random 20 questions?
Let's go, bring it on.
All right. Number one, tell me about your background and your upbringing a little bit.
Okay, Duluth, born and raised. Parents divorced when I was 2. I got, let's see, I have 1 blood sister, 2 stepbrothers, and 2 half sisters. My mom remarried when I was like 12, 10 or 12 or whatever. But yeah, I've been to Duluth, went to Denfeld, went to UMD. Just always been a Duluth boy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much more you want to know, but I've always been, yeah, I love
No,
it.
that's fine. All right. Number two, what's the last book you have read, assuming that you can read?
Oh, last book I read that, but that's a good one. It was the Common Man, the Dan Cole, the Common Man's autobiography. It was a light read. It was more of a pamphlet, but I love Dan Cole, the Common Man, and I also don't read very much. Not really well read.
All right. Question three, what's something that your fans don't know about you?
Well, apparently I'm not racist. Let's see what else. God, I don't know. What don't they know? I'm a pretty open book, but what don't they know about me? A lot of them probably don't know I'm in a band and the Dead End Friends. Let's see. Other than that, I don't know. I'm a lot. I what don't they know about me? I actually have a job. I own a home. Like I'm actually more successful than I appear. Let's say I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what people don't know, but if I think of something, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I
Well,
have
then
a I have a terrible pick. I have a terrible like I pick my ear hair and my eyebrows and my nose hair. I think it's like some sort of disorder. That might be something people want to know, or maybe they don't. That's kind of gross.
All right. Question four, if you could go on a date with any celebrity, who would it be?
Ooh boy, any celebrity, male or female?
Yeah.
Um, let's see.
Your preference.
Let's see. My preference. My biggest crush of all time is Heather Graham. To show my age a little bit. But I don't know if I want to, go for the early bird special. Sydney Sweeney makes a good case or two. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I love Emma Stone. Let's see. But if I was going to narrow it down, let's see. Oh boy. Yeah, let's see. I'll take the chalk and go with Sydney Sweeney.
Okay. All right. Question five, what's the craziest or the funniest story that ever happened between you and a fan?
Um, let's see. Nothing too crazy. Um, I don't know. I had a heckler once at a show, and I was just not in the mood, and I kind of like said something on stage and like verbally accosted, like, "Hey, shut up," whatever. A little more than that, but and sure enough, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna leave. They're gonna be so mad or whatever." And after the show, she came up with like tears in her eyes, and she's like, "I'm so sorry. I just thought I was helping out. I didn't know,
I can't
I'd
hear
be
you. You just
disruptive."
broke up on me.
Yeah, so like this gal heckled me on the show. I said, I kind of call her off on stage. Well, sure enough, after the show, she came up with like tears in her eyes and was saying like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I thought I was helping and all this." And then so we ended up spending the whole night drinking together, and it was pretty good. But not usually people just leave me the hell alone after the show, or a lot of times I just go hide in like the green room or something.
I don't know what's going on with your phone, but sometimes when you either come too close or too far, your voice is getting muffled. Are you by
Okay.
the speaker?
Yeah, it's like right in front of me. I mean,
Okay,
I
you're
guess I could
fine
just like
now.
I could move even
You're good.
closer. I guess. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll keep going. I hope this is working.
All right. Question six, what is the most dangerous thing you've ever done?
The most dangerous thing I ever done. Probably sleeping with that girl after drinking with her. Skydiving is dangerous. I went skydiving and I'll never do it again, but it was fun. I'm also a giant cow, just a huge pussy. So like I try to stay away from danger. Um, but yeah, skydiving's pretty up there, I'd say.
I'd say. All
Yeah.
right, question 7. If you could have one superhero ability, what would it be?
Ooh. Superhero. Oh boy, I would like to. I mean, flying is right up there. That's so easy though. Superhuman ability. Improvise. Let's see. I don't know. I would like to. You know what I really want? I want to be able to throw objects very far and very fast. I would kill just for one day to like have Matthew Stafford's arm or like throw as hard as our Lotus Chapman or something. Like I'm a big sports guy. I don't really want to use my powers for good. I just want to be able to like chuck things and throw people out from right field and I'm a simple man.
All right, question 8. If you could have dinner with any 4 comedians, alive or dead, who would it be?
Oh man, that's pretty easy. Norm Macdonald, number one. Norm is my favorite comic of all time. He'd be the dead one. Um, and then a couple other guys. Actually, so Norm, I'd probably go with my current favorite comedian, who's Jeffrey Osmus, who I did a show with once before. Let's see. Otherwise, I would go probably Mitch Hedberg. And then rounding it out would be this guy named Nick Mullen, who's something else. So Nick Mullen and Jeffrey Osmus, not everyone might know. And then, yeah. And Rodney Dangerfield could be like our waiter or something. Because he gets no respect, Hey.
All right, question 9. Can you tell me an interesting story out of your comic career?
An interesting story, boy. I don't know. I guess a fun one was we were up in, boy, was it like Tower, I want to say, and we did a show there, and afterwards, like Tower is like one street, and I was like, oh, there'll probably be one other bar to go to. Well, sure enough, they had a strip club, which is always interesting, and me and the other comics went to the strip club, and I go to the strip club for ladies generally, and I walk in and this guy is just like I put $1 on stage and this guy's like, that's not how you do it. Let me show you how it's done. And then he came over to me and he was like putting money out. And then he's like, let me get you a drink. And so I went and got a drink with him. And then he goes, hey. And so he just gave me a wad of money, which ended up being like $120. He's like, here, use it. And, I think he was coming on to me. Yeah, it was very evident he was hitting on me. And at that point, I had to walk back or whatever. But it was the only time I've ever gone to a strip club and came out with more money than I've ever had. So that was kind of fun.
Probably the first time you went to a female strip club and got hit on by a guy.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully the last, but I'm open. I'm a modern guy.
All right, question 10.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch.
Okay. Question 10. If you had to promote a product in a commercial, what product would you be willing to promote?
Ooh, that's a very good. Wow, tweezers for their this special brand of tweezers to pull my ear hair out. That's got my ringing endorsement. Let's see, anything else? What do I really like? God, I'm not. I have fucking so little use for anything. I like. I would be the spokesperson for kombucha, like the certain kind of kombucha I drink. You get it at Sam's Club. It's really good. I can't remember Infinity. No, what the hell is it? There's some brand. That would be it because I religiously drink that stuff. I have about 20 bottles in my fridge right now.
Okay.
Healthy guy over here.
Question 11. If you got pulled over for speeding, what kind of story would you make up to get out of the ticket?
Let's see. What have I done in the past? Let's see. I mean, there's the obvious diarrhea. There's the dog's sick. The kids are at home that I don't have. I could probably do something a little better than that. What would I come up with? Boy, uh, you got me with these questions. I'll tell you what. I would. What would I say? I'd probably do like a Newman, or like my best friend's a banker and he didn't get the promotion, so he's gonna kill himself. I might go with a Seinfeld B plot and see if, and maybe the officer knows what I'm talking about and would let me off that way.
All right. Question 12. Have you ever pulled a prank on someone, and what was it?
I'm sure. Let's see. What's a good prank I've pulled? Oh boy, the bag's on you. Let's see. Um, Golly, I wish I got these ahead of time. I'm so bad on my feet, John. What's a good prank? I don't know. I do like what I call micro pranks. I always do little like things like that where I work at an office. I steal a guy's mouse like 3 times a week. He never has any idea for me. There's got to be better pranks I've pulled. I'm a big fan of a harmless prank. Like, no one's really gets, too upset or anything like that. There's been, I don't know, just like, I don't know if it's exactly a prank, but one time we threw a surprise party for one of our friends. And this was in like high school. She's probably like 15 at the time. And we had everyone's hiding out and all this. And she had no idea. And she walks in from dinner with her parents or whatever. And she just goes, "Oh, God, I got to take the biggest dump." And there's like 30 of her friends to hear it. So that was fun. She was like the most embarrassed I've ever seen anyone. So. But yeah,
right.
shit, pranks, I don't know. There's too many to count.
Question 13. What is your proudest moment out of your comedy career so far?
Proudest moment, let's see. Well, I met a guy just randomly, and it turns out to be one of my best friends now, and he asked me to officiate his wedding in March. And I'm very proud of that because I have the utmost respect for Pat DeGeest, who's one of the like Duluth legend comic type guys. He moved to Florida now, and we miss him so much. And I would say that just like making a connection like that was really good. And I know that's cornball and everything. Other than that, like I did a show, and this Jeffrey Osmus was the headliner, and this was in Brainerd or somewhere, I think. Brainerd sounds right. And the next night he was going to be in Duluth. So I did my set and, didn't think anything of it. Well, then I got a message on my phone saying, "Hey, will you open up for me in Duluth?" And that was very like heartwarming to me that like a guy I look up to, really enjoy to begin with, must have saw my set and said, "Oh, we need a host or whatever. Will you open up for us and run the show?" And to me, like I've won contests, I've won whatever, roast battles and this and that and whatever. But like to actually have someone I like think the world of at least give me the opportunity to go bomb for 5 minutes in front of people was pretty good.
All right. Question 14. If you could meet any infamous person from history, who would you want to meet?
Any infamous person?
Yep.
Like, let's see, like infamous. Oh boy. Who's infamous? Like the UFO guy or whatever? Double rainbow guy? These are the coming to mind. You mean like historical figure, like freaking Genghis Khan or something?
Yeah, like that, like Bonnie and Clyde. Anybody.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Infamous people.
Sure. Let's see. Who would I like to meet infamously? Who's someone everyone knows but I know nothing about? Like, shit. This is good for dead air. See, I don't think of these things. I'm not very introspective, John.
I mean, you got Billy the Kid. You got, you got You got let's think.
Who's Capone? All those kind of
Yeah,
guys.
Capone.
I would go with you know. Oh, I don't know, John. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. Who would I be? Infamous. I could say anyone. It would be over, and I still am literally drawing a blank.
How do you think that fast on stage with stuff, and then I ask you a question and you're stuck?
Well, the beauty is when you like are on stage, you kind of lead people in a direction, so there's only like three or four possible responses they could have. And I know what. I didn't know you were gonna ask me what infamous person. Uh, oh God, I don't know. I just have not. I literally don't know. I have no idea. Is that an acceptable answer?
Okay.
How about
Yeah,
like
that no,
Plato?
I mean
That's like you know
that's
a
fine.
philosopher,
All right,
someone who can answer like why.
question 15. If you had to be a clown for a kid's party, what would your clown name be?
Oh, that's good. A clown name. All the good ones have been taken. I'll tie it in with. I love this nickname, and I think it might be a good clown name. Boogaloo, like Bobby Boogaloo Watts. I love that Boogaloo, and I think that'd be a good clown name, don't you think?
Okay.
It more be,
All right,
yeah, it's
question.
not, yeah, Boogaloo. That's a clown name.
Yeah, Boogaloo. Okay. All right, question 16. Now, you just said you're a big sports guy earlier. So, what's one sport that you just have no interest in at all?
Oh, I mean soccer. I just don't care. I don't care what anyone's. Oh, it's soccer. Just doesn't do it for me. Um, I would rather watch freaking curling or cricket or anything. I actually like curling, but yeah, soccer. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. Too much flailing, too much flopping, too much. I mean, use your hands, guys. Like, there's nothing about soccer I find redeeming, and the fact that all these, every other country likes it. Nah, not for me. My xenophobia is showing through on this soccer.
All right, question
But yeah, no, I just don't
17.
like it.
Question 17. What's a typical Friday night for you? And don't say lotion, tissues, and animated porn.
Okay, well, I guess I'll lie then. I thought this was the truth podcast, but typical Friday night for me. Let's see. Uh, go home. Let's see. I get home. I'll probably, if we're talking typical, I'll probably go home, play some video games of some sort, maybe pour a drink. If I'm feeling wild, I'll go out to a comedy show. Check out Gopher whole comedy shows first Friday of every month. I was trying to make it to those. Yeah, so I'll sit and drink while I play video games and swipe right on every Tinder profile I see in the hopes of meeting my, loves, my wife, John. And then yeah, since I can't say what you said, I guess that ends my. But rest
All right,
assured, John.
18. Question 18. What's the best advice you have gotten from another comedian, and who was it?
Oh yeah, the best advice I ever got is comedy is all in the delivery, right? Comedy is all about delivery, which sucks for me because I like to dine in. But okay, that was a joke. That's a standard joke up my sleeve. The best advice I got, I don't know. I don't. I give advice. I don't take it, which no one likes. No one likes a person like that at all. Let's be honest. But honestly, just early on, I don't know if it was who it was. Or it might have been Danny or someone. I don't know. Just like, and then the stuff I kind of knew, but it's like, just have a purpose. Go up there, tell your jokes. Don't sit up there and take all these liberties and act like I don't know. If you have something to say it and test it out. These are like open mic. You know, I don't know. I hate people who just get up there with no like purpose. Have a purpose. Even if you're doing the same set you've done 100 times, have a purpose behind it. Maybe mix up a word. Maybe switch the order of the jokes. Do this. Like, have a purpose. Don't just go up there. And I've done it once or twice. Who isn't guilty of it? But like, have a purpose, and then get your ass off the stage. No, don't linger or like, oh, what am I going to talk about? I don't know. Just, that's my thing. Have a purpose and follow through.
Okay. Question 19. Why should fans come out and watch you perform?
I have a lot of fun doing it. I think the audiences enjoy it. If you like comedy, we have a good scene. Like even locally, you might think it's a bunch of nobodies, and it is, but it's like people got talent, people have some skills. Like I think, that's how you and I met, John. I mean, something must be working if you were willing enough to listen to me more. That's tells me something. But like, it's it's just a good time. I'm not there to, I'm not gonna. I don't bring a watermelon and get you dirty like Gallagher or something. It's just, it's some fun. It's just, you have a few drinks. I'll hang out with you. I'll sign autographs. That's never happened. I don't know. If you like comedy, if you like to laugh, I think it's gonna happen if you come see me. And if it doesn't, well, you don't get your money back.
All right, question 20. If you could be on stage as a drummer, what band would you want to be able to perform with?
Oh boy, that's a good one. What would I want? I mean, Foo Fighters is pretty cool. I don't know what anyone thinks of them, but I think it'd be fun to hang out with Dave Grohl and all the boys. I would like, because it's fun music to play too. Like not necessarily my favorite band, but it's like that's kind of like I like that. I mean, if I could sit in on a Zeppelin band, that'd be great because I love God Bottom so much. A Who band, all that kind of stuff. But like my favorite band is a band I don't really want to drum for because they're more like soft and stuff, and I like to play like Animal from the freaking Muppets or whatever. So anything that's hard and heavy, but it's like to a certain degree, like I couldn't go drum for some metal Slipknot band or something because they'd be like, "This is the worst music ever." So it has to be in my. I feel like you give me 6 months of just nothing but training, I could be decent enough at the Foo Fighters. I should say like the White Stripes because she's the easiest drumming of all time. I want to challenge myself a little. So I don't know. And hanging out with Dave, he seems like a fun guy. He'd cook us some barbecue or hear some stories.
All right, well, listen, I just thought of a bonus question. I don't normally do this, but I thought of it, so I'm just going to ask it. I don't even know why it just popped into my head, but if you were a white rapper, what would your name be?
Fanny Pack. I think that's perfect, right? Right? P-A-K. Fanny Pack. And I'm back. Count the stack. That's the tack. It'd be very simple rhymes.
All right, well, listen, Pete, I appreciate you coming on, talking about your comedy a little bit, to do it, having fun with the 20 random questions. I didn't mean to stump you as much as I did, but...
Well, I'm sure a normal person could answer those easily, but I don't think like that.
Well, listen, do you got any shows coming up right now that the audience can come and see you at?
Let's see. I'll be in Hackensack, New Jersey this weekend. Let's see. Truth and Consequences, New Mexico next weekend. No, I got nothing. I'll be in Ocala, Florida, but I don't think we have any listeners there. I will say this. I just got invited yesterday to a show that's super cool. It's kind of offbeat or whatever, but it's like this dating show this gal puts together. She's done it in like the cities. She's done it in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's just like it's like a blind date, and then there's a panel of comedians, and she asked me to be on the panel, and on top of that, like you start the show with a 10-minute set or whatever, and that's going to be March 14th. I don't know where or when. I literally just got the details yesterday, but I don't know. So just check out the website. I usually pop up every once in a while. I don't know. But I don't have anything off the top of my head. I've taken a little hiatus. When it's 30 below, I just don't go out. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you just brought up the website again because I just realized that the entire show, it was not going across the bottom of the screen. I forgot to turn it on. So it is now, so at least it got up there for the last couple minutes.
Check it out, folks. Here we go. I forgot all about that too. I'm not a big. It don't matter. No one's gonna go to it anyway.
Well, I was so
But if you
excited
do,
about
it's a
getting you
good
on
site.
screen that I forgot to turn it on. So,
Well, they get the gist of it. TwinForceComedy.com. Check out the podcast. We're hoping to get that back going and running, all this kind of stuff. Like I said, in the first 8 years, I would do comedy in the 30 below, but I don't do that anymore. So now that it's warming up, you'll see me back out there. Check out all the other comics. I see you got a few more coming on the show here, so I'm excited about that too.
yeah, you did. Well, you just broke up a little bit. Yeah, I actually have about 4 or 5 lined up right now. Danny actually just agreed to come on. We don't have
Oh,
a date
nice.
locked down for her.
Okay.
Maggie Ferris is actually coming on.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, well, keep
So
support. I sure appreciate your support the scene here. I really, you got your shirt on and everything. This is very nice of you. Twin Ports Comedy. Boy, I think I saw those at the Damiano Center.
this is the one that got thrown out from Bob. That was Jesse's shirt.
Oh, nice. That's that. Oh my God, that's
But I need a
legit. Then.
sweatshirt. I need a sweatshirt. I gotta be able to buy a Twin Ports Comedy sweatshirt.
Okay, yeah. Let's check out the merch on the website, folks. I don't see a cent of it, so I don't care if you buy them. But support the cast, support the scene. They look good. It's not the worst logo I've ever seen.
All right.
And
Well, listen. You got
it looks like $1 million bucks on you, John.
Thanks. You got anything else to say before we end?
No, I better go get a haircut now. So I think that's it for me. But I sure appreciate being on here, John. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Hold on. And with that, the truth has spoken.